Well, he also said that the reason that you don't like Tupac was that Pac. He said Pac put you on your pockets. What does that even mean?
Saying Pac knocked me out. Boy, let me tell you something. If Tupac would have touched me, Suge also said him and my brother Buntry laughed at it. If my brother wouldn't have whooped Tupac ass for knocking me out and sucking Suge in his goddamn mouth, I'd have got up, I'd have shot Buntry, I'd have shot Tupac, and I'd have shot Suge, and I'd have shot Tupac again.
You would have shot your own brother.
Yeah. I shot my baby brother.
I forgot about that.
That was an accident, but
that was an accident, though.
Yeah, but you don't think, hell yeah, I'd have shot him.
Because he laughed at you and didn't step in for you getting.
That's my blood. We didn't get down like that. And just think, if Tupac would have did that to me, how am I in a position to bodyguard or watch any of these other cats? Tupac would have been on the A1 list. And nobody in Compton would ever believe that dumb shit. I'd have beat it. They'd have had a problem.
And this is something I've talked to the Outlaws and everything else like that. If you connect the fight at the MGM to the shooting that happened right afterwards, you could say that Tupac died gangbanging, because that situation with Orlando was as a gang situation. And Pac wasn't a blood, wasn't, you know what I mean? He was rolling with Suge and he was associated with it.
But
you see what I'm saying?
That's like us. We not Crips or Bloods, but we could call 50 up here and half of them be Crips, half of them be Bloods. You know what I'm saying? And these is all my homies that I'm a ride with. You know what I'm saying? It's the same situation. You know what I mean? Pac was riding with him. You know what I mean? Just like they was riding with him. You know what I mean? If some shit kicked off, niggas would have been the first to ride for Pac. And he was the same way. He was riding with his homies, whoever it was. He could have been with, whoever that day. You know what I'm saying?
And to break it down even more simpler, me and you become good homies, and you get into a situation and I defend you as a homie.
Yeah.
Take the gangbanging shit away. Yeah. Because you not a gangbanger, I'm not a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? But you own Vlad TV. You know
they
what I'm
on
saying?
your heels.
And niggas is on your heels, and I ride for you.
Yeah.
Did I die for Vlad TV? You know what I mean? Did I die a reporter? Did I die, you know what I mean, a journalist?
You get very different answers depending on who you ask. But from your point of view, as someone who's been banging his whole life, or a large portion of his life, would you say that Tupac died gangbanging?
No, I think Tupac died because he put himself in a situation that he had no business. Tupac didn't have no business doing what he was doing.
Right. Which was a gang situation.
Which was a gang situation. He shouldn't have put himself in that situation.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? You put yourself in a gang situation, so aren't you gang banging at that point?
You got hang-arounds. I'm guilty by association. And that's what he was. He was guilty by association.
No, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I never knew Mob James was this funny, man. Like, Mob James made me laugh throughout this interview. But on a serious note, he makes it clear, man, that it doesn't matter if it was Tupac, Buntry, or Suge Knight, man. All of them would have get it, man. All of them would have get it. He ain't taking no disrespect, and he's standing on business, man. Like, Mob James, remember, y'all, like, Mob James is one of them, man, that was serious. Like, do not believe that he's joking, man. Like, when he says that, he's hella serious, man. And he was one of them dudes that didn't play around, man. Like, if you guys just ask around or check or research whatever, he was one of them serious men. So do not take his words lightly, man. But I want you guys to watch a full interview, because he's about to get in some deep dive when it comes down to Tupac, and makes it clear that Tupac wasn't no gangbanger, and a lot more stuff. So watch the video fully. Remember to drop a like, drop a like, drop a like, drop a like, and subscribe, my people. Enough of me talking. Check out the rest of the interview.
Now, I'm not going to play the part just to fit in. You got money. And just like I said before, you can't go buy another Tupac. You know what I'm saying? You can't go buy another one of them. You got 15 Bloods right here that this what we getting our little change for. So this is Crip and Compton. We all Parus from Compton. Go get his ass for what he did. Tupac, you sit right here in his chair. You my money. Don't let him run off and go hit somebody he don't know nothing about. And that's why the man is not here. He put himself in a situation that he had no business. It wasn't his business. I don't care. Any one of those guys could have told Tupac he was a Paru. It didn't make him.
Yeah, and I think there was the Showtime documentary about Suge, and I think Suge talked about after that situation happened, and he said, well, you hot in the music, but now after this situation, now you're gonna be hot on the street side. And right after that happened,
and that's coming from a man that wasn't hot from the beginning of his damn self. Suge ain't from no he ain't never have no gun and did no drive-bys. He ain't stood at no stores and fought no Crips. Right. He wasn't going to the high schools while we was doing us. He was getting an education. While we was fighting, we went to school just for lunch to fight. We didn't go to sit in no class. You know what I'm saying? My little sister, I go to school and she opening the doors for me because I'm pointing out what Crip I wanted. And she opened the door, he in her class. So, I mean, we was doing shit like that. Suge was getting an education. So, Suge don't know about, okay, my brother, my homie. And Suge didn't give a fuck about us, man. Suge didn't know what gangbanging was truly about. You know what I'm saying? Suge didn't go to none of the funerals of the little homies. He probably can't even name 5 that died. So, putting Tupac in a situation, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. We lost 11 homeboys in this death row shit. And ain't nobody family got taken care of, not even my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I want to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Mob James, I think it's a very powerful story that you told. And although you did have a lot of losses,
yeah,
here you are, alive, right now. You have children who are alive and healthy. You have grandchildren who are alive and healthy. You have a wife. You have siblings. Your father's still alive?
No.
But you do have a lot of family.
Yeah.
And friends and so forth. And that is something to be very thankful for.
Yeah.
Because you could have gone the route of a lot of your homies. And I think that what you've said is going to influence people in a positive direction.
I hope so.
And I can't wait to read the book.
Yeah, we doing our thing and it's coming. My whole thing is that everybody understand. A lot of people was making money off the Tupac thing. Tupac was killed by one man. This guy, and Tupac would still be alive if shit wouldn't happen. If Suge would have had more control. If I can't blame Reggie, but he should have had more than one man on that artist. This man is a diamond in a rough with cats that's not worth $500, $1,000, $10,000, should I say?
Yeah, I mean, Tupac went down as what most people would say is the greatest rapper of all time. And in fact, because of the revolutionary spirit and the content, you could go to any country in the world. You can go to Jamaica, you could go to South America, you go to Europe, and there's murals because he was the face of the revolution.
Yeah.
And we lost him from one man over a fight, over a fist fight, essentially.
He hit a man that he had no business touching. It was not his fight. And all these guys be talking and saying that is this and that. Tupac should have been escorted out the door, into the car, and driving away when they was whooping his ass. Now, Orlando probably could have understood, would have accepted that ass whooping, because he know I got some bona fide ass whooping on my ass here.
Right.
I can catch him in Compton. No, Tupac take off him. This ain't nothing but a rapper. This how he looking at him. He ain't looking at him like no gangbanger. So I gotta get this fool. I go back home and they say Tupac beat me up. I can't show my face in the hood no more. So he did what he had to do.
It's tragic.
Man,
it's tragic. It's tragic. Well, Mob James, I appreciate you coming in and telling your story.
Okay,
man.
okay.
And
I need a cigarette.
My condolences to all your losses, and congratulations on your children and your grandchildren.
Yeah, I love them to death.
Yes, sir.
Let me go. I gotta go smoke a cigarette.
No, Mob James did a lot of interesting stuff. Man. He makes it clear that Tupac didn't really die gang banging, right? He had associates, he knew gang bangers, as I said, even myself, but he wasn't a real, gang banger, like hardcore gang banger, right? So Mob James makes it damn clear that, listen, man, some people be saying he died gang banging. That's false. That's a false narrative. That's a lie. Tupac did not die gang banging, man. And even myself, I believe he died more of loyalty, more than gang banging, because I said in one of my previous videos that definitely Tupac knew gang bangers. He was surrounded by them. But I don't believe Tupac is that type of guy, man. I believe he wanted to be the guy where, you come to him and, he's the top dog and all of that. But to do the actual actions and all of that, yes, he shot cops and those stuff. I'm not saying he's a scared guy or none of that. He's not. But for me, a hardcore gangbanger, man, is in the streets every day, doing shit every day and all of those stuff, man. He was a great artist. He was living the best life, and he was surrounded by hardcore gangbangers. That's what I believe. I don't believe gangbanging was the real way of saying that's how Tupac, or that's the reason Tupac died. For me, it's more for loyalty, proving that, listen, man, I'm down to ride with y'all ninjas and I'll do whatever. Because obviously, man, Tupac being the money for death row and all of that, everyone can say that Tupac had no reason attacking, Orlando, or at least going off by himself, right? No one even expected it, to be honest, right? So that's even one more point. The fact that no one was expecting it is one more point for me to say that it was more of loyalty, man. But Mob James also makes it clear that, Suge Knight didn't give a damn about none of them. And I've heard that multiple times. Suge says the opposite. He claims he loved all of them, especially Tupac was his brother and all of that. But Mob James makes it clear that Suge Knight didn't give a damn about none of them, even the ones that were protecting him and Tupac, right? He makes it clear that Suge have never been to a funeral. He probably can't even name 5. And overall, he just didn't give a shit about them. Whenever, as I said, I've heard a few other persons said that, but if you ask Suge Knight, I can promise you he's going to say otherwise. So I want you guys to let me know what you guys believe on that, man. But Tupac was a legend, man. There's no going around that. Tupac was great, but the way how he died was just foolish, in my opinion. It was really just foolish. And even after that happened, they thought that nothing would come, or at least nothing would, come back at them so quick, because it happened so quick. None of them expected it, man. None of them expected it. So it wasn't even a stupid move after that, man. Like, it's crazy, man. But I want you guys to let me know your thoughts and perspective down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys believe. Remember to drop a like and subscribe for some love. Drop a like and subscribe for some love. I want you guys to check out this last interview.
Well, on a different podcast, he talked about the whole situation with Snoop and the shooting that happened and the bodyguard.
Right.
He said he spent $6 million to keep, Snoop from going to prison for life. That amount seems pretty high. I can't imagine. I don't know anyone that spent $6 million on it. I don't think OJ spent $6 million on his case.
You know what? I could blow shit gas out of the water, but a lot of shit went on. And after Snoop Dogg them won that case, they had the jury and everybody else celebrating with us. Eating big old motherfucking potatoes, this big lobster. Eating.
Yeah.
They kicked it with us.
The jury.
A few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
One juror got up and did his rap song about the fucking case. And I ain't gonna say more. Suge, you know where the camera at? Motherfucker quit. So
Okay.
Snoop don't owe him shit. Now he did do his thing with it. And because he hired us to come up there and make sure Snoop was good. David Kenner, did he give Kenner $6 million to do Snoop and they coming up that motherfucker together? No.
Yeah. That number just seems
No, he didn't do that.
way too high. And I've interviewed, Snoop's bodyguard,
Right.
who got off as well.
Malik.
Exactly. And I guess, didn't Suge say that he had 100 Crips and Bloods outside the courtroom?
He had 100 who?
100 Crips and Bloods outside the courtroom during Snoop's trial.
Who had that?
Suge said he had that.
Suge ain't had no motherfucking... Suge got at me and told me, get some of the homies, the Crips is coming up here scaring Snoop.
Because the guy who got killed was a Crip.
Yeah.
Right.
No, his homeboys was coming up there first.
Yeah.
And they was worried about that. So I said, okay. He told me to get 15, 20 homies. I had 9 and me. That's it.
So 10 people.
That's it.
Did anyone show up in that courtroom causing trouble?
Not
or
one.
the courthouse or nothing?
Nobody, not one time since we was there. Not one gang member came up.
Quiet the whole time.
Period. The easiest money I ever made.
Okay. Because I guess Sugar told a story about how Snoop's bodyguard, Malik, got beat up at a video shoot in Long Beach around the time of the murder. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I heard about that.
What happened? Oh, so you weren't there?
No, I wasn't there.
But what'd you hear?
No, just Malik got into it. I heard about the Crip dude that supposed to banged on him or whatever. They was driving and they shot the dude, whatever. That's their personal shit. I never got into nothing that went on with Long Beach or none of them Crip dudes. All of them guys that worked at Death Row, they'll tell you, Mob James wasn't around them. I was a motherfucking gangbanger. I wasn't hanging with them. But if it came to me getting paid, I'm gonna make sure nobody touched that Crip. That was my job. I never kicked it. My brother and them smoked weed with Snoop and them every day. Got high with them, drinking, whatever. I never kicked it with Das and Corrupt. The only one that I know that was like, fuck that, I ain't going out like that, was Corrupt. And I said, well, y'all can't be mad at him standing up for himself. And that was one conversation. That's the only one I speak on.
What do you mean? So what did Corrupt do?
Well, you know how Death Row, you had the hood there. And the homies was them, being them. And
right, so you had all the Piru Bloods, and then you had all Long Beach Crips.
Right.
Now, Corrupt was a Rolling 60s Crip.
I didn't know that at the time. I thought he was from Long Beach.
He came up under a Big U.
Yeah.
So he was a Crip, but a Rolling 60s Crip.
Right.
He was a Long Beach Crip.
I thought he was from 2-1 with Snoop and all of them.
No,
dudes.
but they were fucking with each other.
No, I'm talking about back then.
Yeah.
So I didn't really trip off of Snoop being from Long Beach or whatever. I never heard Snoop cripping the way he cripping. I never heard him cuss. I never heard that. So that ain't part of my job to bang on them. You know what I'm saying? Just like Tupac. That wasn't my job. But I'm not finna hang with you and fight people and do all that other dumb shit you doing because you think you this cat or you want to be from the hood. You ain't from the hood. And that's the only beef I had with Tupac. You ain't the homie. You not from Compton. You ain't nobody in this market. You ain't gangbanged on another hood. So how the fuck you think you from the hood? That's motherfucking Trayvon bullshit. That's Buntry bullshit. Y'all, this ain't from the hood.
No, Mob James said Tupac ain't from the hood. And that's the only beef he really had with Tupac. Right? He made it clear when, Tupac joined, the mob and all of that. He didn't like it. Right? He made it pretty clear. I mean, he said it himself. So he says again that the only beef he really had with Tupac is that he's acting like he's from the hood. And this topic is very subjective. You have persons that believe that Tupac was a gangbanger. You have persons that believe he was not a gangbanger. And as I said previously, I believe he definitely was surrounded by hardcore gangbangers and all of that, associates. Yes, I know he shot at cops. I know he did stuff, but to me, that's not really hardcore gangbanging. That's not really like to me because, come on, you have persons that just do stupid stuff, shoot off cops and all of that, and they face the consequences. But to me, hardcore gangbanging, you be on the streets, drive by, like robbing, all of those stuff, like all of those bad stuff, and we've never really heard Tupac doing that, right? So as I said, yes, he did shoot off cops and all of those stuff, but to me, that's not really hardcore gangbanging. So as I said, it's subjective. I would love for you guys to know what you guys think. When it comes on to, Mob James and Snoop and all of that, he makes it clear that he simply protects who he's assigned to protect. If not, he doesn't give a F, right? And that's straight up, man. And he makes it clear, man, he never heard about Snoop cripping the way he cripping, cause, like, I swear, man, I never knew Mob James was this funny, man. Like, I swear, man, but I want you guys to check out this last clip, man. I know I told you the last interview, but my bad, man. I want you guys to check out this last clip and let me know your thoughts and perspective.
Years later, Keefe D gets caught up in a sting operation and confesses the whole shooting situation to Greg Kading, who you ended up doing an interview with as well. When you heard that Keefe D confession, what did you think?
I didn't believe it because, okay, why is this guy saying this now? Don't he know he can go to jail?
Well, everyone in the car, at the time that he did that confession, everyone in the car except for him was dead. Orlando was dead, and there was two other guys in the car, and they were both dead as well at that point.
Oh, I didn't know they got killed.
One of them died, I think, of natural causes. He was just overweight and never,
I don't know. I had to ask Pam on that one.
I talked to Greg Kading about this. By the time the Keefe D gave you that information, Orlando was gone. What about the other two members of the car?
Dre was already gone. He was in the passenger seat behind the driver.
How did he die?
He died from natural causes, obesity and health-related causes.
Okay.
And Terrence Anderson, the driver, he just recently died. He was shot and killed inside of a marijuana dispensary in Compton. And so now...
When was this?
Just recently, within the last couple months.
Oh.
So, Keefe D's last man standing.
Now that he's free to speak on it, they give him immunity.
Yeah, I had Greg Kading explain this to me. He's the only living person in that crime. He gets caught up with a bunch of PCP, I think. Mm-hmm. And they say, confess this whole situation to us, and we'll drop this PCP case, which you basically facing life over. And whatever you say, if it matches up to everything that we check, none of this could be used to implicate you in the actual crime.
Well, the guy actually confessed to his nephew killing the man.
Yeah.
Now, from what I know, if I'm with you and I commit a crime, a murder, at least I got that same case.
Correct, but what I'm saying is the way they structured that.
Yeah, that's
he was not charged with that murder. Now, if other evidence comes out later on and pins him to the murder, then that's a whole different situation. But his actual confession could not be used to
okay. Don't
actually.
You think he pinned himself and all the other people saying that they saw him and he this and that, and not only that he said he did it, he puts himself there. So if I say I saw him, I can't be lying because he put himself there. It's
a tricky situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if he win, oh well.
I mean, he's still out right now.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Do you consider that snitching?
Well, his nephew is gone.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have said anything. He should have took that to his grave. I mean, my nephew did that. I mean, that's like me putting my brother out there because I know he gone and he can't be convicted of nothing. I can sit there and say what Buntry did on death row. No, I can't say what Buntry did on death row. Everybody knows. Everybody on death row is assholes. That's all they need to know.
Yeah. Keefe D's a whole nother situation, man. Like, I always say that Keefe D's just so all over the place. It's contradicting because sometimes you guys got to remember that it's not a 1,000 or 100% that his story is true, right? It's just that he confessed. So when someone confesses, we are to believe that they're telling the truth. But really and truly, if there's nothing to prove that they're telling the truth, we only have to assume they're telling the truth because that's the term confession, someone telling the truth, right? So Keefe D confessed and the world goes with his story. It's the best story we got when it comes down to Tupac. There's no going around that. It's the best damn story we got, right? He was the only one alive at the time, so there's no one to, rebut or to agree or to disagree or to, give their perspective. Out of everyone in the car, he was the only one alive. So he was free to shape, twist, and turn that story however he wanted. Now, once again, because he said he's confessing, we're assuming that it's the truth and he's telling everything that actually happened, right? But as I said, his case on a, broad spectrum is just so contradicting, right? Because for me, I'm not just believing everything he says. Obviously, I'm going off what he says, but I'm not believing everything he says because, as I literally just said, he had the free will to twist, turn, and change that story however he wanted. But for understanding's sake and for less complexity sake, I'm just going to go ahead and say he was telling the truth, right? But the fact that he told the truth, it still got him in problem because guess what? He's going to be the fall guy. But he went ahead and said everything he said was for entertainment purposes only and all of that. And it just made his story seem less believable. But obviously, who knows that the only reason he would be saying that it was for entertainment purposes and money is to avoid jail time. But once again, I believe he's going to be the fall guy for the Tupac Shakur death case. 1,000%. I can be wrong. He can get away. But that's a very, very slim chance in my perspective, man. So I want you guys to let me know your thoughts on perspective on everything you heard this interview. Let me know what you guys believe. Let me know what you guys honestly believe, man. Because when it comes on to Tupac, man, Tupac, his case will be talked about forevermore. He himself will be talked about forevermore. His character will be talked about forevermore. He as an artist will be talked about forevermore. Like, he's a living icon. There's no going around that, man. So let me know your thoughts on perspective down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you guys believe. Remember to drop a like and subscribe as it helps out a lot. And it'll be greatly appreciated. I want to say thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as usual, I'm out.